I am in a primary. There's a primary election for this Senate seat. That election will be held in August of next year, so you've got a year and a couple months. And then the general election is in November. The guys who I'm running against, there's 3 of them. They are not my opponents. They're my competitors. I've known 2 of them for a long time. The difference is, and it's my responsibility to tell you the difference is that I'm the only person in this race who's ever created a job, who's ever run a business, who knows what it means to sign both sides of the paycheck. Only one. I'm the only person in this race who never voted for a tax increase. Never. I'm the only person in this race who never requested an earmark. An earmark is when a legislator writes in a particular appropriation for their hometown or their home state. I learned quickly in Washington that this is part of the reason we spend too much. And let me tell you why. They don't do a budget in Washington where they say, here's the whole budget, vote on it. They take a piece of it at a time. This is all part of their madness, so they can spend more. They'll say, okay, today we're going to do transportation. We're all for roads, right? Bridges. It seems like that's an important thing. That's not a Democrat or Republican issue. But they'll say, okay, we're going to spend 20% more than we spent last year. And you think, well, if we're spending 20% more in this, what are we cutting? That's what regular people would think. They just add to everything. But the reason why they get these budgets passed, even in difficult times, even when people know it's wrong to vote for them because we can't afford them, is because your project's in it. Your hometown, your home state project. And you know that if you vote against it, they'll never give you another project again, the appropriators. So it buys you off. That's what it is at best. At worst, it's corruption. And I'll tell you why. At worst, people are putting money in their pockets by sending that money home. I'm the only person in this race who never requested an earmark. And I'm the only person in this race who's been a United States Senator, except for Bill Nelson. And I have a record. And you can evaluate it. I got 93% from the Conservative Union, 100% from the Chamber of Commerce, 100% from Associated Builders and Contractors, Freedom Award from the Taxpayers Union, Tax Fighter Award, Small Business Champion. I fought for the issues that we care about. And lastly, I think I'm the only person who can beat Bill Nelson. Bill Nelson's been in politics, like I said, for 40 years. He's not going to be easy to beat. And you're going to need somebody, if you want to elect a Republican or you want to elect somebody who cares about fiscal issues, who wants to save this country from its debt, you're going to need to elect somebody who can stand on the stage with this guy. He's like central casting for a U.S. Senator. You're going to need someone who's going to have had the experience to be able to say, no, Senator Nelson, you voted to cut $500 billion out of Medicare. I didn't. You voted to try the 9/11 terrorists in New York. I didn't. You voted for budget-busting budgets, earmarks, and too much spending. I had a plan to solve our problem. I think you need someone who can stand on the stage and provide that matchup.